listening to the audiobook.
Sure.
You can't go up there.
It's hot. I can't get up. Do you get the remote?
It was hard to remote for you.
He's not inside. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Stacy got eyes in the back.
Oh.
I don't have more. Those are, you got those.
He's coming in. Yeah, looks like one.
He's trying to go over there.
Just like his granddad.
Commissioner's getting kind of young, aren't
Don't have any problem winning an election.
Because I've heard the expression new blood before, but it's taking it to another level.
This is my business, please.
Same commissioner. Robin. How close is he? He sits in. He's taking the way you can. The way you can.
Here's he is. Eagle pressed over. Yeah, two batteries.
That's not just me, that's one more day. Just
He has to go ahead and do.
All right, it's 7 o'clock, and I'd like to call the March 2nd, 2026 Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Commissioner Martin, would you mind leading us in the invocation?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we give thanks unto you for all the things that you have done knowing that you've done great and mighty things. Father God, as we sit to dispatch the business of the town, we ask, Lord, that you endow us with power from above, Lord. You give us godly wisdom, Lord, that as we sit to do the business of the town, that we'll do so decently and in order. And Father God, for the betterment of our community. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Next, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's going to be led by Johnson County Deputy Sheriff Eric Casper.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if Mr. Casper will step forward, I'd like to present you with this certificate of honor. Yes, sir. And thank you for your service, everything. So we do appreciate it. It's a good picture.
Yes.
Thank you.
So sorry.
I didn't know if I was replaced.
Morning. Next on the agenda is the approval of the board minutes from February 2nd, 2026's board meeting.
Make the motion that we would approve the minutes.
All right, I have a motion to approve.
Second.
In a second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 3-0. All right, next on the agenda is to adopt the agenda for the March 2nd, 2026 board meeting. And with that, we need to work on item number 8, the capital improvement plan presentation. Ms. Ashworth was unable to attend tonight. They were quite ready.
Right.
And so we would like to, if I can get a motion, we'd like to strike that from the agenda, and we'll move it to the next meeting.
Make the motion that we strike a capital improvement from the agenda.
Okay, have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 3-0. With that being said, now can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion that we approve the set agenda for tonight's meeting.
I'll give you a second.
All right, got a first and a second. All in favor? Raise your right hand. Motion passes 3-0. Next on the agenda is comments from the mayor and the commissioners. And I just have a few tonight. Martin Livestock Road is completed, and we're in the process of closing out this project. So that was a fairly good-sized project, and we're glad that that's winding down. The Holt's Pond Road project is completed, except for the lining of a manhole. This was a change order, which was just approved by DEQ, and this is an I&I improvement as well. So that will be winding down here shortly.
So the manhole is the last thing that they
It's the last thing. They are live. The services are on the 3 lots that
Okay.
we're doing. But we did run into something with the manhole where we had a lot of I&I issues and the way the pipe flowed through, so they're going to come in and do that. We got a cost on that, and we're able to get that included in the project.
Did I saw them doing something today? Was that it?
Put in the driveways,
Mhm.
yeah, they were just grading the final couple driveways and ditches.
Yeah, but that should be happening soon. I did talk with the contractor today, and he said that would be happening fairly soon. He's turned it loose to get it done. So. Also, the town of Princeton has been awarded a $400,000 grant with neighboring towns for the Water and Sewer Authority. Draper Aiden is handling the new chartered authority for Princeton, Pine Level, Micro, Kinley, and Selma. So that was a big accomplishment there. Also, the town of Princeton was awarded $993,980 of state grant with a 2% closing fee, roughly $15,000. These funds are for water line repairs and radio read meters. So we will be getting started on this as soon as possible, but probably won't see any repairs till next year. Radio read meters we hope to have in place by the end of the year. Also, the town of Princeton was awarded $966,188 worth of state grant for sewer projects. And these are located on South Walnut, West 1st, West 2nd, and West 3rd Street. So we'll be making some sewer repairs there. So that's some good news. What do you need the commissioners?
Does the state have any money left that we haven't got?
You're trying to get it off. The town staff has worked real hard with these different agencies trying to get as many grants as possible. And we do appreciate all they're doing there to get that. Any comments from the commissioners?
I would just like to say I do commend everyone that has put in hard work to get this money for us to use with our infrastructure. And, I just want to say, job well done. Keep up work, keep on work.
All right, we're going to move on to public comments. And public comments is a time for residents to speak directly to the board about matters of concern or interest. This is not a question and answer period, but we listen carefully, respect your discussion. Please keep comments respectful and within 3 minutes, so everyone has an opportunity to be heard. And again, this is just a listening opportunity for the board. Is there anyone that would like to address the board?
I just had a question real quick.
Well, come on up, if you will, to the front and state your name and address.
Renee Luthier, 308 South Pearl Street. With the $15,000 grant you'll receive for water line repairs and meter replacements, how will y'all be letting us know? You said it wouldn't start until next year. Do y'all know which streets y'all are gonna start with? And if not, how would you let residents know?
And this is referring to what I just
Yes.
said.
And you can get back to me on that, I guess, but.
Okay.
I'll say,
Okay.
let me get you those answers tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Good evening, Mayor. Commissioners, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. My name is Kamika Fullwood, 517 North Brightleaf Boulevard. I actually work at the health department. I've been working there for quite some time, and I just wanted to share with Princeton some of our services that we have. We make a newsletter every month, and I just wanted to make sure that the residents of Princeton had access to that information. We've also got a list of our services, so just making sure that everybody knows what your Johnson County Public Health Department services are and what we can provide and offer. We also have a Narcan training that is scheduled in Smithfield. Everyone is welcome to attend. You will also receive your own dose of Narcan if you need it. We also have 2 nutrition programs that are coming up that are absolutely free, healthy eating on a budget, and also information regarding cardiovascular health and nutrition. And the last thing I have is a measles frequently asked questions. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was informed. I have packets here if anyone in the room is interested. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you would just slide me one of those.
Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Please. Thank you. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Absolutely.
Anyone else?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Pastor Lily Frazier, And I'm on 605 West First Street. And I want to say, it's so wonderful to see it being built up. It's such a joy to see the new development is being done. But also, I would love to see the people crossing the church, Universal Praise and Deliverance, if they cars and do something with them, you know, a change and make it look better when you don't leave junk just laying around. No tag, no anything, so hopefully we can do something about that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you for your comments. Okay, with that being said, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the public hearing. All right, the public hearing is for special use permit for parcel number 04001009B. At this time, I would like to ask for a motion to open the public hearing for this parcel at 605 West First Street.
Could I make the motion that we open the hearing?
I have a motion and I have a second. All in favor? All right. Motion passes 3-0. The time is now 7. Which clock do you want me to use? 7:13. The public hearing is open, and at this time, we'll turn it over to T.A. King.
Excuse me. Yes, Board, this is a special use application for a private behavioral alternative and therapeutic behavioral health program located at 605 West First Street in Princeton. The permit has been filed under zoning permit 2526-ZP-21, and the fees have been paid. This request here is, again, to use the current church facility as a private behavioral health facility that will cater to K through 12 students in the area, surrounding areas, etc. And the applicant and the property owner are both here tonight to speak. If you have any questions or comments, they'll be glad to answer anything. Come up, just state your name. And
How y'all doing this evening?
We're doing good. How are you?
My name is Antoine McDougal, and I'm in representation of Behavior Alternatives.
I'm Pia Fulton. I'm also a representative, and we're here with Apostle Lily Frazier. Also, she is the current owner of Universal Praise and Deliverance Church.
What we hope to do is provide opportunity for the community to provide additional support for the youth in the school setting, as well as families with the day treatment program. The day treatment program will help support educational progress, because as we know, a lot of our kids have some behavioral problems that impede their ability to learn in school. So you'll have the option of day treatment to help support the academic process, as well as give them some therapeutic support. They can get counseling there, they can learn behavior modification techniques, and as well as we support the family. We don't provide direct case management, but we will be able to provide them with additional supports that they may need in the home, so that, to help reach the kids. So a lot of times we know that the problem is not totally the kids. The parents have some stuff going on too. So it just provides those additional supports for the family and children in the community.
Okay, I guess I'll just jump in. And I with this, I have a lot, honestly, I have a lot of questions, I have a lot of questions and concerns, because I did behavioral therapist and restorative justice in the Wilson County school system for 4 years. Now, I know that you will have kids that, with them being therapeutic, and I know the church is right there near the Woodwards. What happens? Do you have a plan in place when you guys have runners? Plan in place when you have those that, you know, can kind of get out and You may have cutters and different things of that nature. What type of plans do you have in place for that?
Each child that comes into the program, they have a crisis plan. So they'll be able to discuss their behavior. If we're like right by the road, it's not that we won't support any kids that have that running behavior, but if we know that they are an adamant runner, we're not going to put them right in that setting. We refer them to a setting that maybe is more structured or a lot. We won't put any kid in imminent risk of harming themselves, but each child will have a crisis plan in the facility, and it will we'll have locked doors. It won't be locked so they couldn't get out if there was a fire, but it'll be a staff will be monitoring. And then if we have a kid that is just as adamant that they're not going to stay in the program, we're going to do a discharge.
Okay. So your pretty much your program will work along with their IEPs?
Yeah.
IEPs and person-centered plans.
Okay. That's good.
How did y'all get into this type of work?
Okay. So we actually started together. But I have more than 2 decades of working with children in IDD, mental health behavioral services, and paraprofessional, guardian ad litem, therapy, foster care. We actually did a lot of things together. We worked at a few facilities together.
Yeah, I started working in behavioral health when I was 19. I started working with adults, but they couldn't keep me busy enough, so then I wanted to work with kids. So I started working with kids. Right here in Selma with Lutheran Family Services, they had a program called Rainbow House. And so I worked there for a couple of years, and then just with the knowledge I gained there, I never wanted to do anything else. So I've been working with kids since I was 19. And you know how you have some people that have to do the grunt work and stay on the field, they can't go to school and get education, but I've learned skills. I've learned skills to help psychologists learn how to write psychological reports. I teach therapists how to do assessments. I can't sign off on anything, I can just do the training. So so there's a lot of experience and knowledge in the field. And then just every year you have to just keep updating your trainings, and then as well as I go to provider meetings with the local LME, Alliance Trillium, Healthy Blue, just to learn like what all resources are available for kids.
Okay. So how many, I guess you would say, trained staff members are you guys looking to have on roster?
Trained staff is starting off right. In the beginning, it's going to be the Fulton and myself as well as one additional person. But you have to have 2 staff for each 6 kids, up to 18. Once you get up to 18, you have to add more staff. So it'll be 2 to 6, and then you have to have a licensed professional, which is like a therapist that supervises the program. So it's based off of the state ratios.
Okay.
And then I hate to backtrack, but me and Ms. Fulton have been working alongside each other in a bunch of different capacities, and we see how different agencies are ran. And being an administrator, you have some say, but not a lot of say. So we wanted to do our own thing and step out there and do day treatment versus the in-house level 3 treatment.
So, and I know this is, I guess this would be kind of more, with it being the church setting, you wouldn't have to do a whole lot of modifications to the building.
No, there won't be any modifications. All you have to do is like, we're going to put up partitions because Ms. Frazier is allowing us to use the building. We can't just go in there.
Right.
So we have to have a room. She has an office, so there will be somewhere where we can hold meetings. But then we have to have a different section for each thing that we're doing with the kids.
So it sounds like you guys have it pretty much planned out and ready to move forward. How many children are you looking to have in the beginning?
Hopefully, I want to get as many as I can. But at first, I know I want at least 10 during the day because they get to come 4 hours at a time.
Yeah.
So like 10 during the day and 10 in the evening.
So the 10 will go home, and then 10 will come. 10 more will come.
So y'all have transportation to pick them up and.
We're working on that also.
Okay.
But this is the first step in a long process.
Yeah.
So you-
It's all outpatient, there, Greg, on any
Oh,
side.
yeah,
Oh,
yes.
It's
All
day
outpatient.
treatment, they-
No 24 hours.
They go home.
Did you say that it's 4 hours? It's like a 4
Each child has a 4-hour window that they can have service.
So you can do some in the morning and then some in the afternoon?
Yeah, so no, my goal is not to have more than 10 at a time, because you get too many of those kids in one place, you gonna have problems.
Yeah.
So get just what you can deal with in a good manner.
Especially with the ratio of the staff, the child ratio.
Well, initially, what services would you need from us as far as the town is concerned?
That's stamp of approval.
Yeah, and then we work on everything else, because we have to go through alliance and, get all the inspections.
When, how long do you think this will take before you can open the doors?
I'm looking at, hopefully within 30, hopefully within 30 to 90 days.
Okay. So it's-
Yeah, I want a short one.
So, let me make sure that I understand correctly, and I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna ask you to go back into some of what I heard. So, this facility is meant to service K through 12.
Yes.
And so, is there anything that will be separating the children, such as petitions
Yes.
and will that be permanent petitions or something that can go?
Temporary partitions.
Okay, and so kind of, that I kind of know how that the Rainbow House functions from a distance, and so the children that would come, they may not necessarily live in the Princeton area, that they could come from all over. Could you get children from just Johnston County, or could they come from Johnston and Wayne?
The goal is going to be Johnston, because if we're going to be providing transportation, we have to look at the aspect of, if we're coming from Princeton all the way back to Wake County, that's going to be a long commute.
Oh, no, I said Wayne County.
Wayne, Goldsboro,
Yeah.
it's according to what LME they're in. If Wayne County is under alliance, we may get someone from Wayne County, but I think Wayne County is under Trillium. I'm not sure, but I think they're Trillium.
Yeah, I think they're true.
So if we don't have a contract with Trillium, we won't be able to get Wayne County. We're going to mainly start out with Johnson County and then spread out as we grow, but at first we want to tackle Johnson.
And so, is there other state officials that have to come in and look at your facilities and make recommendations, or?
Of course, I know we have to get a fire inspection, sanitation inspection, environmental inspection, as well as Alliance would have to approve the program, so they'll have to do a site survey, come through, approve everything we're appropriately set up. So, and then if we were to attach Trillium, someone from Trillium would have to come out to the site, look through all the paperwork, look through the policies, make sure that we're doing governing by all the laws.
And these two agencies that you mentioned, are they, exactly what kind of agencies are they?
Say like, Alliance Medicaid.
Okay.
Medicaid Alliance is, does Medicaid, Trillium is Medicaid, Healthy Blue is another one, that's Medicaid. We'll also be involved with DHHS, they'll do surveys, and DHSR. They'll come out.
So now, whenever you throw these, letters on.
Social services.
Division of Health and Human Services, and Division of Health Service Regulations.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll come out and they just do pop-up surveys a lot, but usually it's gonna be an annual survey for me. But if you have a complaint, they'll just come out when they get ready to.
Oh, and then I was gonna ask the administrator too. And so, why is it that they need a special use permit? Is it because the facility is in a residential area?
No, sir, this particular request requires a special use based off our current zoning and table of uses. We did review everything. It meets all town code and criteria as far as are concerned, and we did recommend approval for that.
Okay.
Certain facilities that are private entities like this, or even some that could be commercial, may require special use. It just depends on how our table of use is set up.
Okay. And the facility does not, do y'all do restraints?
No. We have to be trained in it, but, we're gonna be a hands-off facility. If we get a child that's unruly, they're not gonna make it long in the program, because we're not there to fight, we're there to, teach them skills, and then if they, can't make it in that setting, then we need a more restrictive setting. So we'll make referrals out. We'll receive referrals in, but we'll also make referrals out and do discharge plans for each child.
So when you say training, are y'all be CPI training?
They use NCI and NCI Plus now.
Okay.
They focus more, CPI does it too, but NCI focus more on the, Part A is more of the less restrictive, talk you down, coping skills process, and get de-escalation. Then the Part B is more of the hands-on, but we'll be a hands-off facility.
And the reason why, that's what I come from, CPI.
Okay.
You know, I was more hands-on, so.
And then we'll see exactly how the state regulates that. But if we have a child that's like you say, a runner and wants to run out to the road, of course, I may get in trouble. I'm going to restrain you to keep you out of the road till the police can get there to get you where you need to be. So safety is going to be the top priority, but we'll be mainly hands-off facility.
Any other questions? Sounds like a good program. I know it's much needed. There's a lot of youth that are out there that haven't found where they fit in. A lot of it's caused by these telephones and computers that we have, but it seems like there's a lot of stress and anxiety out there. And so I commend you for taking that on. It's a big undertaking. I don't even know where to begin. So, if you don't have any other questions, we're going to let them sit down. Everybody good? Thank you. Thank you. Any discussion?
I actually, like you said, I think this would be good for this area. And just knowing, so, you know, like I said, I did 4 years. And to see how it'll help people. It'll help these young people. Because I'm pretty sure you guys will get people that are, young people that are coming in at 17 years old, reading on a first grade level. And a lot of times they don't know how to cope with that.
That's right.
So being able to come in, sit down and talk to them and teach them different coping mechanisms, I think that would be good for us for the town of Princeton, knowing that we have a facility as such, or a program in place. I think that will kind of, bring a little bit more attention our way as well. Because I'm pretty sure that before too long, you guys can get grant funding, and instead of using Apostle Fraser's church, you can get your own upright building, because I know that there's a lot of funding, grant funding for that as well. So, yeah, I commend you guys, and I think you'll do it.
Anyone else? All right, we're done with the discussion. I'm going to close the public hearing. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Okay. All right, with that being said, I'm going to close the public hearing at 7:31.
Make a motion that we close the public hearing at 7:31.
All right, have a motion?
Second.
Have a second. All in favor? Motion passes 3-0. And with that being said, we need to vote on this. So, can I get a motion on the floor?
Let me say this thing though. Whenever I saw the application, that I thought I knew what it was, I knew partially of what it was, and we were fortunate to have one of the commissioners that is fluid in the need, and so I think that with everything that I've heard that I think we would be in line, and especially that our part mainly deals with the special use anyway, and so this is a special use matter, and the staff have done the background as far as whether or not this facility meets the zoning requirement, and they have reported back that they do. So therefore, Mr. Mayor, I'll offer you a motion that we approve the permit.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Have a first and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 3-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That I'm not gonna say good luck, because luck has nothing to do with it.
It's you.
Yes, and y'all will get to see her through the rest of it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Pia and Apostle Fraser has to stay.
Oh,
Looking for your own.
thank you.
Good to you.
Love y'all, thank you.
Have a good night.
Love you.
You don't have to stay.
It's all right, I like being nosy, I just learned something. Thank you.
My wife is so sweet.
All right, next on the agenda is budget amendments, and at this time I'm going to hand this over to T.A. King.
Yes, Board, presented before you are budget amendments for the current budget year, 25-26. The general fund debts and credits balance at $149,354, and water and sewer fund debits and credits balance at $46,162. You can see 3 bullet points there stating that this is basically to keep the current budget in line. You'll notice that in the budget amendments, there are some lines that were created that need to be moved to a new created line. However, again, this just balances the current budget. It's basic housekeeping, so we stay in line as we end our current fiscal year.
So the general funds debt and credit pretty much just
Wash out.
cancel each other as well
We
as.
borrowed maybe a couple from PD to put into admin or vice versa. In the general fund and in water and sewer, we may have pulled some from one line on water and sewer to offset another line in water and sewer. But everything balances out.
This is basically to help you kind of clean up and see where you're at for the year.
Correct. And we'll start in April with budget meetings.
Any questions?
Yes, I had one on, line number, get the line number right. 10-560, 0200, that's showing that we had never mind, I found. Okay, so just to make sure that,
I can explain that for you.
okay, yeah.
So that right there, we do not currently have a public works supervisor.
Okay,
And so the allocated funds that we put in that budget, we're not using. I need them to cover the assistant and the tech 3. So that's basically why that 3,500 or 35,000 was moved from the supervisor position to the tech position. We have more techs than we do supervisors.
and so, let me make sure that I'm hearing you correctly. The 35,701, it was intended for the public works supervisor, and it was moved down to the techs, correct?
We do not have an acting supervisor right now.
Right.
So we have the position budgeted, but we're not spending any funds out of that. We have, how many techs we got, Wesley? 4. So we got 4. We got 1, 2, and 2 3s. I think that's right.
2 1s, 2 1s, 2 3s, and
So to keep their salaries in line, we pulled out of the supervisor, which we don't have, to put in the tech salary to cover that expense where we didn't know if we would have a supervisor this year or if we would stay with the techs and all.
And so now, one of the questions I had, wouldn't they have been funded?
Well, we created new lines 2 or 3 years ago. We had, because before Public Works was just the salaries, and it might have been $300,000, and we didn't know who was getting paid what. So we broke them out to Public Works Supervisor, Assistant, Technician 3, Technician 2, and Technician 1. Since that, in this current year, we don't have that supervisor, but we do have the technicians. We've hired 1 technician this year. We just can't get any supervisor qualified to fit in the budget right now.
Right.
So that's why that money had shifted to the technician position.
Which we didn't have a tech 3 hired at the time.
Yeah.
So there wasn't budgeted. So what we did is we hired a tech 3.
Oh, okay, so there was actually additional personnel
Right.
that was hired.
We're fully staffed now.
Okay,
We just don't have a supervisor. We have an acting
Right.
supervisor. But we did hire a tech 3 a month or 2 ago or so to fill. So that's kind of offsetting where that budget line is a
Okay.
little short.
all right.
Yeah, April explained it better. I know what I'm saying. I did that the right way.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah.
And on page 2, under chemical expenses, that I think that was a budget amendment because of the cost of chemicals going up.
That is correct.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and I can summarize all this with an email to the board this week, just explaining some of that. But the chemical expense, and Wesley will tell you, expenses have gone up for chemicals this year.
Okay.
Quite a lot, actually. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Everyone is good. You good, Smart?
I'm good.
All right, well, I'd like to offer a motion that we accept these budget amendments as is.
I have a motion. I have a second. All in favor? Motion passes 3-0. Next on the agenda is the fiscal year 26-27 audit contract.
Goes up every year, don't it?
It does. Talking about that today.
Can't do a thing in the world about it, either.
I did reach out to them today to see if they'd be willing to honor this year's price, but, yeah,
They told you no.
pretty much. I tried.
I don't think it would be a bad idea to get some estimates from somebody else.
Well,
Make sure that our prices are staying in line.
Well, I'm gonna remind you of where we've been, that we've ridden that horse before.
And
And,
put something on another horse.
well, we did one horse, and we got on and rode, and we had a very bumpy ride, and
We did we sent out for,
Qualifications.
right, and we got the lowest bidder the first time. And he was consistently late on our audit to where we were going to be fined. Then we sent out another, and this is middle ground. This is to the lower end, to the middle ground. It's not the lowest guy on the pole, but it wasn't the highest. They were medium. They have multiple offices around because there's not anybody local that'll deal with the towns anymore. We used to have a local gentleman that did it for years and years and years, and he retired. Then we had to go out and get I forget what you call it. It's where you send out that you're interested, and then people send you a package and you meet with them. And we got 5 the last time, and they're ridiculous. There's some of them up to 120,000 for a year, and that's small to medium towns. That's not even Raleigh. There's a
Wrong line of work.
I'll be glad to do it again, but I can tell you, we went with the medium, and that was what, 3 years ago, we had them 3 years.
How much did they go up last year?
I think last year was 1,000, yeah, give or take. It was 20, well, it was, I remember being 17,500, then it jumped to like 19,500, and then it was 20, 21, and now we're at 22. Yeah, so it's gone up in 4 years from where I remember being 17,500 to 22. So, but I will say we do have a strong working relationship with them, and great communication, and they really are very, very helpful and do a great job in my opinion.
because when we went last time and we got the company, and we only kept them, what, was it a year or so? Because things did not go well at all.
It was 2 years, and the second year, he was 5 months behind in getting to the state, to where we were fixing to, and we weren't the only town. It was every town that he dealt with, and he got written up.
Yeah.
He could no longer audit for municipalities anyway, and that came from the state. So.
Well, all I know is that when we have made changes, and that whenever you look at what is out there, what we're willing to pay and what these companies are willing to accept, most of the ones that, and whenever you are doing these audits, because you do want someone that specializes in it, that they have been doing it for a while, instead of somebody that really doesn't have the experience. And yes, I hate to pay $1,000 more, but things go up.
That sounds like you said, what we're willing to pay. It's like it's not what we're willing to pay, it's what we're gonna have to pay.
I'm that I've seen their work, that we haven't had problems with them, and we've already tried to get them to stay, and they told us no. Correct?
Who's that? The auditors?
Yes.
Just, no, that won't work with us.
No.
Stay as far as the price.
Oh, yeah. I did reach
called
out
today.
to
We
them.
just-
You talking about the price?
Yeah.
Check it out, fill it
Yeah, I
in.
did reach out to Austin today, and he was very nice.
And
No, but yes.
and I don't think that we ought to try to hem them up in the corner, because that we need to, whoever we work with, we need a relationship with, and that we got to be able to trust them, and they've got to be able to trust us too.
Am I hearing right?
That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say that. Yes, sir, I'll offer you a motion.
I'll offer you a second.
All right, I have a first and a second, all in favor? Raise your right hand.
Because I ain't scared of it.
Motion passes 3-0.
His response was, with all the town has going on with the projects and funds and the new requirements, the GASB, this price is very minimal.
He's probably got that saved somewhere.
He starts typing and it goes in and brings it all up.
All right. See, we got that motion. That passed, right? All right, next on the agenda is the planning board members' reappointments. And in your packet, item number 12, you had a list of the planning board appointments, and the ones in yellow highlighted on the sheet. These are your 2-year volunteer reappointments, and what we're doing is wanting to get a motion tonight to reappoint these people back to the board. Is that correct?
Correct.
There's the ones in yellow.
The ones in yellow. Everybody else expires in 2027.
Well, it looks like we've got a slew that's already expired.
That was my concern here, as I look at this. With the number of people we've got on here, why do we have a big bulk of them there on the exact same term?
Yeah.
Because if they would all decide they didn't want to do it, I mean, it would wipe out 3/4 of the planning.
Yeah, our requirement for our code, we have to have at least 9 planning board members. There have been discussion about cutting that back. There's also been discussion about merging.
I don't see a problem with the amount of them.
It's
What I
just
see is
as
the
far as
problem
the-
with how many
yeah.
are expiring at the same time.
And that's just based off of when we can get people to volunteer and when they come in. It's nothing's really special, but that's just when they come in and volunteer, and we take them when they come.
We can approve half of them for
So-
a year, the other half for 2 years.
So, could we,
Now, if you want to stagger them, that would have to be an amendment.
well,
It's an option.
one of the things I was thinking was, since several of them, that their term has already expired, we can go ahead and reappoint, but, we can, that we may need to change some of our policy, where we go back to them and give them
Staggered date.
yes. That, but, because they have to be reappointed.
Every 2 years.
Is that by state statute or is that through?
That's a state statute, and we follow that state statute
Okay.
for our policy.
You got to remember too, if somebody don't want to serve
Right.
and they're on the board and they decide they're not going to serve anymore, they're just not going to show up.
Right.
Yeah, well, and I will say, we've got a vacant spot now that will be addressed at the planning board next Monday night. Robert Creek's just come on, about actually a year ago, and then Jimmy Tart come on this year, and then the ones that are highlighted, apparently all come on in that same time or at the same time. They've been there for a while, I know. Like I said, the newest ones are Jimmy, Robert, and then a vacant spot. And actually, Ross Sipple's a fairly new one. This is probably his first reappointment. But it's how you can get volunteers to do it, because it's not a paid position.
Well, and it's two when the vacancies come available, right?
It's when the vacancy comes available. And right now, we've got 3 applications for the vacant position. That'll get to the planning board next Monday. But we'll look at, I'll be glad to look at staggering them. Like I said, Chairman Holt and I talked about reducing the number from 9 to 7, and possibly using this board and the Board of Adjustment as one board. Board of Adjustment's the same way. We have a hard time sometimes getting people to come, because it is volunteer. And the meetings could be 1 or 2 a year, or sometimes 5 or 6, and everything, like I said, and asking somebody to come up here at 6 o'clock and sit for sometimes 10 minutes or sometimes an hour and a half and not get paid. After they do it a few times, they don't want to come back. So that's why we may look at just merging both of them together. Well, we can definitely look at staggering the years. That's I think it's a pretty easy fix.
Says the board.
These have to be done individually or just?
You know all together. Yeah. I just need a motion to accept the reappointments of those highlighted. That should be fine. And then I'll get with April on the clarification.
Okay. Then I'll do motion.
I'll second.
All right, have a first and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 3-0. Quicker on that one. All right, next up on the agenda is the RC2 capital project ordinance adoption. Note that this ordinance establishes the financial structure for the Department of Commerce RC2 grant. This is a housekeeping item to establish a budget line for the revenue in and out. And all this money has pretty much been come and gone. This was for the town signs and some for the Park and Rec plan. So this is just basically a housekeeping item. Anything you want to add to that, April? Did I cover it good enough?
You did.
Well, seeing that we have already cleaned the house, give you a motion that we accept this.
Okay. I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor? Motion passes 3-0. All right, next on the agenda is the Princeton Fire Department Relief Fund Board. is the 2026 Princeton Fire Department Relief Fund Board nominee is Mike Holmes. And so he's been asked to serve on this board, and I'll go into that in just a second. Commissioner Holmes, do you want to accuse yourself of this? Okay. So I need a motion to accept his recusal.
I'll give you that motion.
Okay. So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
So,
It just needs to be,
yeah.
you don't need a second.
No.
yeah.
Okay, don't need a second.
Yeah.
So just go first. And do I need to vote?
Yes.
All in favor? Motion passes 2-0. All right, let's talk a little bit about this. And I'm just going to read this. And it's the Princeton Fire Department Relief Fund Board. Is a local board that oversees the Firefighters Relief Fund for the town of Princeton, North Carolina. This group is responsible for managing money that's specifically set aside to help Princeton firefighters and their families when they need it. What the relief fund is for. The relief fund is state authorized and can only be used for specific purposes such as financial assistance to firefighters who are injured or sick in the line of duty, help for firefighters or their families in cases of hardship or emergency, supplemental retirement benefits when allowed by the statute, benefits to surviving dependents of deceased firefighters. It is not general operating money for the fire department. The Princeton Fire Department Relief Fund Board reviews and approves or denies requests for assistance, ensures funds are used legally and appropriately, manages and accounts for relief fund money, and files required reports and audits with the state, typically through OSFM. Under North Carolina law, the board typically includes the fire chief, a representative from the town governing board, one or more firefighter representatives, and sometimes the town finance officer or clerk, depending on local setup. Membership and voting structure are defined by statute and local appointment. Relief fund money usually comes from a portion of the North Carolina fire insurance tax, donations or fundraisers, and interest earned on the fund. The board exists to protect firefighters, ensure transparency and accountability, and make sure funds are available when someone truly needs them. And with this, the fire department nominee is Michael Holmes. So the Princeton Town Board will need to vote to accept this nominee or vote to recommend another town board member.
So who was our town board?
Commissioner Rose.
Rose. He carried it for the last 3 years.
I think it's 3, 4 years.
I hope you never need that.
So with that being said, I guess we need to have a vote.
And let me tell you, that it looks like that for this particular fund, that all of the money is either come from the fire insurance tax, donation, or fundraisers, and interest earned on the form. So it does not get any funding from the town.
That is correct.
Right. Okay. And with that, I don't see a problem with the nomination.
Okay. Y'all approve that in the motion?
I believe I will.
Okay. So I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Again, just.
Because he can't.
He's out.
I didn't think we had to offer a second on this.
You do not,
You do not?
just the motion and the vote.
All right. I got you. So,
Waiting on the vote.
all right, so all in favor? 2-0. All right, with that said, I'd like to bring Commissioner Holmes back into the meeting. Can I get a motion?
Oh, well, let's leave it.
Yeah. We're gonna leave them out.
Y'all can do that.
Yeah.
Late motion to bring them back.
All right, I have a motion to bring him back, and I have a second. All in favor? Welcome back. Motion passes 2-0.
Welcome back, Carter.
All right, next on the agenda is the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, and this is for review only. This is a draft. You have it in your packet. We need to review this document thoroughly and be prepared for future discussion. And we can discuss it some tonight. And with that, I'm gonna hand it over to T.A. King and let him just kind of run through a summary.
The town of Princeton is pleased to present and endorse the 2026 Park and Rec Master Plan, our community's first comprehensive town-wide roadmap for strengthening recreational opportunities, improving quality of life, and planning responsibly for future growth. This plan reflects months of data collection, public engagement, and professional analysis, and provides a clear, accountable strategy for how Princeton can meet the recreational needs of our residences over the next decade. This plan will help Princeton in several important ways. It aligns our vision with community priorities. It provides a clear path for improving existing facilities. It positions Princeton for regional connectivity and future growth. It establishes a responsible phased implementation strategy, and it strengthens Princeton's identity as a family-oriented, forward-thinking community. The 2026 Park and Rec Master Plan is more than a document. It's a commitment to Princeton's future that provides a clear, community-driven roadmap for improving our parks, expanding the recreational opportunities, and strengthen our connections that make Princeton a great place to live. The town of Princeton looks forward to working with residents, partnered with our regional agencies to bring this vision to life and to ensure that our park and recreation system continues to serve our community for generations to come. This is a draft that Sage Design has asked the board to look over the next month. If you have any questions, please email them to me prior to the meeting. It is very important that we get this draft adopted at the April meeting. That way we do not miss out on any part of grant funding. And this will help us score very highly as long as we have it adopted. But again, Sage Design has asked us to go ahead and present this, give you guys a month to look at it. If you have any questions during that time, come see me, call me, email me, and we can discuss it. Sarah will be willing to set up a meeting one-on-one if you have questions and go through it. But she just wants everybody to dive into it, critique it, mark it up, and relay those comments to me, and then we'll regroup with her. She will be here in April to finalize and submit a final copy. Again, our goal is to hopefully get this adopted at the April meeting.
And the commission, thank you. Have the commissioners had a chance to look through the document that was provided?
Well, I actually didn't do the skimming that I would like, because I didn't think that we were going to do anything tonight.
Well, we're not going to vote, but if there are any questions you have, we'll be glad to discuss.
If you have questions tonight, I'll be glad to write them down and touch base with Sarah and get you a response back on those, because there may be questions you have that I can't answer on this particular document right here.
We have reached out, and just as T.A. King said, we've reached out to the town in several different ways, and we've had pretty good feedback. And they've gotten a lot of information, and they told us what they want and how to proceed, and it's a great document for that. With the money we've got from the county and trying to slingshot our way into the part of grant and hopefully into the other grant, which I can't recall its name.
LWCF. Landwater Conservation.
This is a very important tool for that, and it sounds like it's perfect timing if we can just get it going. We need to have it implemented by April. So I urge the board, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask, or if you could, let's go ahead and get them in to the town administrator pretty quick. Because when we come in, if we've got to make some modifications we need to make sure it's done. But I believe it's fairly well laid out. I read through it today, and it gives us some pathway. And so I would urge y'all to do that.
And I will say that 100% of these responses that you see are from the community. They're not my recommendations or staff. These are community responses.
And I think from what my memory's right, when I read through it, 80% of them were intake.
I think big on the list was walking trails, sidewalks, splash pads, updating what we have, keeping our park, water fountains are immediate need at the park, cleaning up.
There's one page that you see where all the kids wrote what they want, and that's right from the kids' hands.
So, I mean, this is,
That thing said big bubble gum.
It may have, we said, it might have been monkey bars.
What's that right there? Big what?
Big bubble mushroom.
Oh, okay.
I think what they're talking about is some of your play areas have it's actually mounted to the ground, but it blows up like a balloon, like a big bag, and they can bounce on it and jump on it. That's what I think he's talking about.
I saw big bubble.
Yeah, it's a big bubble mushroom.
I like the one that says water slide.
it's pretty fun. Used to love that old water slide. I think this though is a great milestone for Princeton, because I don't think we've ever had one of these. We've never done a park and recreation master plan. So this is something, and we met with the county, and this was the first thing come out of our mouth was you need to get a parks recreation master plan. And it's been 2 years since that meeting, at least, and to be right here to where we can get it passed and have this document to help get the funding we need to do something even bigger is wonderful. To make it this far, consider what this document costs. You have to spend money to get money. So, anyway, there's no vote on this tonight, but we just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of it. If y'all would, please peruse it, and if you got any questions, get them out to the county administrator, please. With that being said,
There he is.
I have a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Motion passes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Fullwood, for
Thank you.
your information.
Absolutely, thank you.
Not bad. 79, 69, 59.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, like scribbled on that? Sure will.
I just noticed
Oh, that was on the board? Yeah, that was me.
right there.
Officially done with DOT. Started a new job today.
No, they said you're working with
Same thing I was doing before. I was doing extensive management, private signing. I've been in 20 years. But this is